Right, I got a couple of items here. I have my 5-gallon Mylar bag, got a food grade bucket, and I have this bag of rice. What you're going to want to do to use the Mylar bag is you take the Mylar bag, you stuff it in the bucket, open side up, okay? You're going to want to fold this down, and open it, I'll make sure you have it opened all the way up. Then it's just as simple as pouring this bag into the Mylar bucket, into the Mylar bag inside the bucket. Even if you're not keeping the Mylar into the bucket, it's easiest to keep it into a bucket. That way it kind of holds it sturdy while you're pouring. So I'm going to cut the tip off of here. And I'm just going to pour this whole bag in here. This is a 20 pounds bag that I'm pouring into here. So you can see I got all 20 pounds in there. I'm going to pull up on my Mylar bag and shake it down. And I don't want to waste the bag, so it is 5 gallons. So I'm going to actually open up another 20-pound bag of rice and pour it in here. And I'll change the angle so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to kind of shake this down again. I'm going to shake it down a little bit. Then you're going to want to flatten out the Mylar bag. What we're going to be using today to seal our Mylar is a hair straightener. So you want to make sure that you have it turned on. Let's heat it up. You're going to take it you're going to leave about a hand on one end open. So you're going to leave, you want enough room right here so you can still stick your oxygen absorbers in it. So we're going to seal from about here down. You're going to want to seal this whole side of it. And once you have that side sealed, for a 5-gallon bag, you want 5 to 7 300 cc oxygen absorbers. So since my oxygen absorbers are 300 cc, I need about 7 in here. So I'm going to go ahead, before I open that up, I'm going to seal this side and just leave a little bit of an opening right here. Okay, my straightener here is hot. I'm going to unfold this. I go down a couple of inches. I found that using a straightener is way easier. Like I used to use an iron and a board. I know there's plenty of videos on YouTube about that. I used to use an iron and a board. This is much easier. And you can do it with just one person. So you want to go over that a couple of times. Make sure you have a good seal. I left a hole here on this side so we can stick our oxygen absorbers in there. What I do after I seal that end is I like to squish out whatever air is left. You're also going to want a glass mason jar so that whenever you open these, what you don't use, you can stick in the jar and seal. That way they don't go bad. Okay, so like I said, we put 7 of those in there. I'm going to close back up my jar. I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm going to screw this down tight. That way I don't lose those. And then quickly you're going to want to push the air out as best you can. And then you're going to want to seal up the end. Then you can just fold over the edges. And then all that extra air is what's going to be absorbed by the oxygen absorber. Then you just put your lid on your bucket. And then I would check it the next day just to make sure that the oxygen absorbers worked. Put your lid on, open the lid the next day, and it should be shrunk in. And then you're good to go. I would label it, you know, what is in the bag and what the year is. That way you don't forget what's in there, and then it's good to go for as long as you need it to be. I have a different size Mylar bag here, and it's a little thicker too. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this bag of beans right here. I'm going to cut a tiny slit in the plastic. That way the air can be sucked all the way out of it. And I'm going to slide this whole bag of beans with the plastic on into the Mylar bag. This allows me to put multiple different kinds of beans or items into the same Mylar bag. That way I can make the most of the bags. The bags are kind of expensive, so I like to use them as many ways and as resourcefully as I can. I'm not really sure what other people's views on this is, but I just do what's best for me, and this works. I do it all the time. As you can see, I'm putting little bags of pasta in there. And then in one of the bags, I actually put a whole bag of beans and then just pour the rice empty around it and seal it too. So just do whatever works for you guys. The way that this works is the food that's stored in Mylar, these forever foods like rice, beans, pasta, sugar, salt. When you put them in there, they will stay good for 20, 30 years, really indefinitely if you store them correctly in a cool, dark place in the right climate. Thank you guys for joining me today, learning a little bit about long-term storage and ways to put back food for more long-term. Have a great day and God bless. Thank you for watching this episode of The Crafty Homesteader. Please comment below with any questions or comments that you may have regarding food storage or future video options, ideas that you would like to see. Like, subscribe, and share our video. Thanks guys. See you next time.